we're going through the third part. So from child's pose, swing your legs out in front of you. Bring your left foot into tree pose. I'll actually give you a slightly different vantage point here. Sorry for any scratchiness on the... I'm going to take the mic out and put it off to the side. It might be better. We'll see. So anyways, you got your foot in tree. Right hand is right next to your hip. Left arm reaches up, and you're going to aim to catch the outside of your front foot. Bend your knee if you can't reach the foot. Then push down to your right hand and start to rotate your chest a bit up towards the ceiling like you're twisting. And then bring that hand to the inside of your foot. Start to bend your elbows. Let your head come towards your knee. And you're going to bring your breath to your left hip. We're going to try to bring the left hip around. You can see here I'm pointing and flexing my front foot a little bit. If you do that, it helps change the focus in the leg and loosen the muscles out. One more breath. And start to rise. Bend the lead knee a little bit so you can slide the bottom knee, the left knee, right underneath of it. Bring this foot right over top so you're in a sitting twist. You might need to sit on a block or a pillow to get your hips up higher. Your left arm is going to wrap around your knee, draw the knee in towards your chest, and start to lift the chest straight up. Lean a little bit towards the right hip so it does get somewhat of an exclusive stretch. But you'll be feeling this in all sorts of places, and that's fine. So you can stay like this with the rotation to the right, or bring your arm outside of your thigh and reach both hands to the ground. Left hand is forward, the right hand is all the way back there behind me. You can see that. And then start to lift up on the chest again. And you might be able to rotate a little more to the right. Another breath or so. And you'll keep your legs just how they are. Bring your hands to the opposite side. Bend the elbows and go ahead and lower your chest like you're doing a push-up for the counter stretch. And then come back up. Switch out the legs, extend the left leg out. Bring your right foot into tree. Left hand just outside of your hip as the right arm reaches up. Reach for the outside of your lead foot. Pull back with your shoulder blades so the chest lifts. And then bring your back arm around. Oh, I forgot the little twisting part. Push down to the left arm. Try to bring your chest through. That's pretty important. If you haven't felt that, make sure you get that twist there. And then bring the left arm around. Elbows are a bit bent out to the side. And even as you fold forward, the emphasis is draw your shoulder blades back. That drawing the shoulder blade back lifts the chest. Head comes down. All the while now you're breathing into the right hip. And after this last breath here, this next breath, start to rise back up. Slide the right leg under, left leg over and around. This version of the seated twist. If my left hip is on the floor, if yours isn't, put a block under your right hip for support. Right arm wraps around the front of the shin knee there. My left hand is gripping my wrist, and I'm pulling the knee towards my chest as I rotate towards the left. Stay like this, mighty fine place. Or arm outside the leg. And then you get a little more torque there. Only if you need it. One more breath. And counter twist. Legs stay as they are. Arms come out to the side. You bend the elbows. And we rise. Bring the legs out into a V. Reach the toes up to the ceiling and slightly back. And just start to reach your arms out as far as they can go. And if you find that your hips can't really fold forward like this, or they're not rotating as well, obviously use your core to do this, but put a block underneath of your hips, and that usually helps you tip forward. So you're coming out, you're laying out as much as it lets you. And we rise. I'm going to change my position here for the last little part of this. Both legs straight out in front. I want you to try to keep your knees pressing down as much as you can. The arms stretch out. Reverse roll down. Chin towards the chest. You're going to try to roll your low back down to the ground first, followed by the mid back, and then the upper back, shoulders, head, and the arms are going to keep reaching overhead. And you just relax. The legs go limp and the toes turn out and the arms relax. Full body breath just to see where you are and how you're feeling. And when you're ready, bend the knees, bring the feet in just under the knees. You know if it's good if your fingers can touch your heels. Slide up a little bit. Good. And then very mindfully, first lifts up the tailbone and sacrum. The belly keeps drawing in towards the low back as the low back lifts. You feel very supported and stable here. The mid back will start to lift, but the ribs start to draw in. And then the arms stretch overhead. So you're going for more of a plank feeling at first in your core, but with a nice feeling of stretch across your hip flexors or the front of your hips and your thighs. Okay? And then we can go into the more yoga type of bridge where we go for a back bend. Interlace your fingers, and you can start to reach the middle spine. Or you can think about reaching the ribs and the chest up towards the ceiling, the sternum up towards the ceiling. See if you can get a nice curve in the middle part of your back that normally isn't curved this way. So you're more than welcome to stay here. You want to try to come up onto your hands. Place your hands next to your ears. Give it a little push so you can get your top of the head on the ground. And then slide your hands back so your palms go flat. And use your legs to start to lift you up onto your arms. And you might have to do a little bit of a swing here, where you just bend the knees a bit and then straighten them to get the low back to feel like it can do this movement. And the middle back also to warm up. Arms and shoulders. When you find a comfortable place, take 5 breaths. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And to come down, the knees bend, chin towards the chest, so you're looking towards the ceiling. And you're going to try to roll down your back. Very similar as when you came up. Top to middle, lower, and then to the bottom. Arms come out to the sides. And just to negotiate your way through that feeling in the low back, you just rock your knees from side to side. This just opens up the SI joints, or those little dimples you have in your low back that can often feel tight when you do a back bend, or just in your regular life they could feel tight. So you let that work its way through. You bring your knees into your chest very slowly, because this also could feel, you'll be feeling this in your hips and low back after a big back bend like that. You rock a little bit from side to side. Take the happy baby. Grab the big toes. You're going to direct the breath down into your pelvis, even into your hip sockets, where your thigh bones come in. And they attach to the outsides of your hips. Try to breathe down there. And then you'll let your soles of your feet come together. Hold on to your knees as you guide the outer edges of your feet down. Your knees are open. Arms out to the side a bit. And just gradually slide the legs out across your floor until the legs come to straight. And then with a little flick in your toes, your heels are on the ground. If you do this somewhat quickly, you can feel your skeleton sliding inside of all of the muscle tissue and various other kinds of tissue that make up your body. You want to get that sliding effect so everything can reorganize itself well. And then you can lie here, and rest in Savasana with a few or several deep breaths that come in and out through the center of your chest. And obviously, you are more than welcome to stay here in Savasana as long as you want. It's your day. It's your life and practice. So do with it what you will. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you have any questions about anything I did, please either comment on the video link, or I'm sure you probably have my information. Send me the questions, send me your thoughts, and I'll start answering them one by one. All right. Have a great day.